I'm going to get this one in just before the light goes. I'm in Barcelona, guys, on the top of a roof terrace, here visiting my son with my best mate, who's his godfather, which is really nice, and just chilling out after a really nice day in Barcelona. So this one is for you guys that have been saying, Suze, how do I write a business plan? Well, I love doing this stuff because it's almost like the thing that dreams are made of, aren't they? And I'm a bit geeky anyway about business, so I kind of love the whole thing. So you can hear the traffic, and look, here's the top of the roofs in the middle of Barcelona. So, and then going out, actually going to go and join a CrossFit gym, which is around the corner. It's CrossFit heaven out here. There's like 20 CrossFit gyms within a very small space, which I'm delighted about. So why don't I move here? Mainly because I'll cramp my son's style. Okay, how do you write a business plan? Right, I want you to look at a 1-year business plan and a 5-year business plan, because the 1-year business plan, for those operation people like me, how do I do it? What do I do? What do I do next? You know, take step, head down, don't look at the vision, but just get on with it and be really good at delivery. That's going to be great, but make sure you're not going in the wrong direction, and that's where the 5-year business plan comes in. The 5-year business plan is, well, what does my life look like? Now, I'm not particularly good at that. I kind of like cracking on with stuff. So what does my life look like? And then make sure that the elements that you want your life to contain are not being contradicted by the short-term strategy that you're choosing for your 1-year business plan. So for example, people that say, look, in 5 years time I want to spend a lot of time with my family and I want to go traveling, well, HMOs are not for you. You need to be buying much easier to manage properties that can be really rented out via letting agents who won't be able to manage necessarily very difficult, or not difficult, but labour intensive properties like HMOs. So a 1-year plan and a 5-year plan. The 5-year plan is more, what's my life look like? The 1-year plan is, right, what am I doing today? But the 5-year plan gives you a bit of vision as well. So I want you to take a page and say, what does 5 years look like? What do I want in my life? What level of assets and what level of income? And then we'll drop down to the 1-year plan. So the 1-year plan, I want you to personally actually really bump up what you're trying to achieve, because then even if you fail, inverted commas, like my first year plan when I was working full time was, I'm going to source 60 deals. Now, I didn't. I sourced 43, so I was a bit peed off. But actually, if I just not had a plan and sourced 43 deals in my first year, I'd have been really pleased. But because I had such great big goals, it helped me think that 43 was kind of normal. You see what I mean? So I want you to write quite big goals. So I want you to identify in your first year plan what you're going to deliver. So no more than 2 strategies, maybe 3, absolutely at the max. So for me, it was sourcing discounted deals and selling them on to investors, which earned me money to buy more deals, sourcing discounted deals and buying them myself, and sourcing discounted deals and borrowing the money from investors when I ran out my own money. So do you see, although I did 3 things, I bought and sourcing discounted deals and selling them on a buy to sell strategy to make more money to buy more deals. So I had 2, if you like, cash generators. One was sourcing on deals for fees, and one was buying and selling property for cash, but both of them involved skills. Finding discounted properties and working with investors, finding discounted properties and at times working with investors to fund me. And then I had sourcing discounted deals and renting them out. So I wasn't kind of doing masses of different strategies. I was sourcing, working with investors, renovating, selling and letting. Actually, that sounds like quite a lot, but it isn't, I promise you. So I didn't go sourcing lease options, rent to rent, service accommodation, land grab thing that people talk about. You know what I mean? I stuck to buying discounted, renovating, selling or letting, with the addition of investors' funds. That makes it sound more simple. And then what to do is identify how many deals you want to deliver. And the first thing is, if you want to do 10 deals, know that you'll actually have to do 15. The reason is 1 in 3 deals fall out of bed, so accommodate your maths. So source 15, but know you'll get 10 over the line. The second thing is to then figure out your gaps. What are your time gaps, your money gaps and your skills gaps? So money gaps are easiest to figure out. What's it take money-wise to buy 10 properties? Okay, how much money have you got? And you're probably putting in like 25% deposit. Okay, what's your gap? Go raise that money. Now you write a fundraising campaign. The other gaps in time will be, how much time is all of this going to take? For example, for lettings, it's 1 hour per tenant per week. So if you intend to do all your lettings yourself and you want to have 100 tenants, you're not really going to work 100 hours, so you know you need to have a recruitment strategy to bring in people in your lettings department. And then in your fundraising, again, know your maths. If you need to fundraise £1 million, on average, people will give you 50 grand, so that's 20 people, but 1 in 2 people will say yes, 1 in 2 people will say no. So again, listen, come on some of our conference calls, I can help you with the maths. So set out the money gaps, the time gaps, and the skills gaps. Sometimes the skills gaps is the hardest thing. I don't know what I don't know, so how do I fulfill my own skills? But I found, I've worked with a property mentor for 7 years now, and it's been invaluable. So if you can broadly assume you're going to need to educate yourself to a degree in property, that's going to be a given. And then your other skills gaps will be who your financial people, your financial advisor, your bookkeeper, your accountant, your builder, your plasterer, your gardener, your plumber, your electrician, your carpet guy, your window cleaner, your cleaners, all of that stuff. Figure out all of the skills you're going to need in your business that you're not going to do yourself, your plasterer, your painter, and then go recruit them. So you're filling in the time gaps, the skills gaps, and the money gaps, at least in plan, because you now need to run a recruitment strategy, a fundraising strategy, a personal training strategy to fill those gaps. And then go figure out the delivery. So if you need to find a deal, let me give you the numbers. We would do between 100 and 135 phone calls. We would do 25 to 35 viewings, and we'd buy 1 to 2 properties a week. Those are the numbers. So if you just apply those numbers and then work backwards and figure out how much time that's going to take you. And then finally, you want to measure yourself on, okay, so if my plan is to buy 10 properties, I'm going to assume that I need to source 15, so I need to source 1 and 1.25 per month. So why don't I try and source more in the early days to give myself some breathing room, and now have I delivered on that? Every single month, have I actually sourced, 1.25 property? And if you need, I don't know, let's just say 50 grand per property to fundraise, have I fundraised 50 grand per property? So on your KPIs, which are your monthly key performance indicators, have I delivered the number of phone calls, the number of viewings, the number of offers, the number of properties over the line? Have I delivered the number of meetings with investors, the number of new people I've met, the number of times I've met an investor repeatedly, the number of people I've asked, the number of people who've said yes, number of people who have given me money in order to get the 50 grand in every month, for example. So you measure the monthly delivery for the overall plan. I hope in the darkening Barcelona, look how lovely it is, that's really useful. I think I'll have to go in now.